Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and the stock market price is in danger. House flippers are in trouble, and real estate investors that invest for cash flow are king. And I'm going to explain all this in a second. But before I get into it, I want to let you know that it's an amazing day to be alive. It's an amazing day to not be in a hospital bed. It's an amazing day to live in one of these free countries like America, Canada, and so many other great places. Okay, so it's not doom and gloom. Many people will sit in this rain like they're gonna melt, like oh, but in reality, it's such a great feeling to just. I mean, when was the last time you got into the rain and really felt it without worrying about your clothes, your work, your makeup, whatever the answer may be. Okay. Now, why am I saying this? Because just because the markets are going to crash, just because people are going to lose equity in their homes, just because people are going to lose their life savings, their pensions, it's not all doom and gloom, ladies and gentlemen. It's not all doom and gloom. Okay. There's great opportunity upon us. Just like with the rain, the side effect is that things start growing and rebuilding. Now, just like Mother Nature, we don't get to control it, and the elites, we don't get to control them. I don't have a say so in what the Federal Reserve does. I don't have a say so what the bankers do, central bankers do, Big Brother does, and endless wars, and you know, I don't have a say so in that. But what I can do is educate myself by watching and observing and becoming and learning what's happening so I can be able to change with it, with life, because life has changed, and I don't have to be rigid, okay, and just be like, no, this is the way it has to be, and blah blah blah. Oh my God, the stock market's never going to crash, or the real estate's not. It's just realization that hey, the bankers control this is out of my control, and they manipulate markets from the gold, silver, real estate, the Fed, stock markets, they're manipulating it, and we go into highs and lows and year after year, and people just forget about it because it's been 7 years or 10 years. But I don't forget. Okay. Now, what's happening in the stock market, guys? Well, the same thing that's been happening since Christmas Eve, which is we had a major hit and is barely making it. And the only reason I believe they're making it is because someone's calling Ghostbusters, and they're coming out there and bailing out the markets. Big Brother has already done that, and central bankers, they both have done that. How did Big Brother do it? Well, they give tons of tax money back to corporations. Okay. And how did the central bankers do it? Well, the Fed, what they did is they give almost 0% interest rate so they can buy back into their stocks. The corporations can buy back into stocks. And the tax cut Big Brother did basically sparked the same thing, which is you have two bodies that are trying to help big corporation, big pharma, all these people to go buy to get free money and almost 0% interest money to go. And what did they do? They went in and bought their stocks. That's why the stock market is going up. It's propped up, in my opinion, not financial advice. And you can see the bloodbath happening right now, just swinging. Like before I did this video, it was 389 points down. Yesterday, it was down. And it's just constantly bleeding. And I think that there are people in play that are going to benefit significantly by gas prices going up. I already predicted it's going to be $9 because they want inflation. They want things to go up in price. Um, and when gas prices go up, who wins? The big corporations that have the lobbyists, they're marketing to Congress, men and women, and making laws in their favor, right? That's why they're drilling through Indian reservations. I mean, think about it, man. Like, we took these people's land, we stole it, right? We killed them and we massacred them. We told in our history book the opposite thing that happened. And then we had treaties with them. and then we broke those treaties, and we came up with new treaties, and then we broke that again, and then we got new treaties, and the same thing with the natives, which is crazy. Native Americans, the guys that were here before Columbus came, right? And can you see the similarities happening with right now with, for example, Iran and a nuclear deal where we everyone around the world had a agreement on X, which is the nuclear deal, and then we unilaterally withdraw from it. Same thing what we've done with Native Americans. We've been having treaties and we disrespect them over and over after we killed their buffaloes. We took them from plains fields, put them in the shittiest parts of the country where they couldn't survive. That's why majority of them are alcoholics. That's why majority of them are obese. They have lowest income than any people in America. So, and now we're trying to big corporations like the fuel industry, the gas industry, okay, sponsoring terrorists by big governments with guns because the people are trying to protest like, no, we don't want this dirty pipe going underneath our burial reservations. We don't want that dirty going into our waters because it does pollute and to the rivers. And you can see it through history how much we polluted with oil. And so they're smart, they don't want that, right? And so what does that mean? What that means is this great opportunity upon us. And unfortunately, there are people that are going to be victimized by this, but I don't make the rules. I'm just bringing it to you what I see in my opinions. Okay. So the real estate market is also in trouble. And the people that are paying the first price is house flippers. And now for almost since 2014, I'm sorry, 2015, 2016, I came out publicly and said, look, I'm out of the real estate. If you're doing fix and flips, pretty soon you're going to get caught. It's going to be like a hot potato where, when the music stops, there's not enough chairs for everyone. And I know multiple people that are experienced, they're real estate brokers. They've been in the game for 20, 25 years, and they do fix and flips. They buy from the auction. And when the market is going up, yes, they can make money, but now the market's not going up. And they've done multiple deals now where they broke even after 6 months of work, okay, or 3 months of work, or they're now losing money. And I see it, and I've brought it to you guys multiple times now. You can go back to my YouTube channel and look back where I start warning you guys. I was sitting in front of my smart car with my blessed dog Lucky in the back, and I told you guys this is the worst time to get in real estate. That was like 2015, 2016, because the asset bubble was just so inflated past the numbers 2016 when we know what happened there. Okay, so if you're a fix and flipper, like I see on Facebook, a lot of people are just getting into the business of fix and flipping, and I'm like, oh man, you better hurry up and turn this because the tides are changing. I saw some guy on Facebook that he's he's getting into debt. We're building the construction for this apartment complex, and I'm like, oh dude, not right now because dude, you're I don't want that to happen to him. But more than likely, what his thing, he's going to go bankrupt because the market's going to tank, and there's so much already building of apartment complexes from Texas all the way to Vegas, all the way to Colorado, and I've seen it with my own eyes that where all this stuff is going to go, right? Uh, and these people that are building new apartment complexes, and man, they're gonna be even more in trouble than the fix and flippers because they're only invested in one unit, maybe 100, 200, 500, or a million. But apartment complexes are going to be up, I mean, significant amount of money. And I'm like, man, people are just getting into fix and flipping. Just like I see a lot of people on my Facebook, they're talking about they're getting into become a real estate agent. I'm like, man, you should have became a real estate agent like in 2006, 2007, so you could got ready for the boom. You're coming to the party when it's already burned down or it's in the start. You're coming to the Titanic when it's right about to sink, dude. You're getting helicoptered in my opinion, not financial advice. Okay, so fix and flippers are going to be in trouble. I think that wholesalers are probably going to be in trouble too because there's not going to be any more deals because money is going to be short. And then, but they can still make money if they realize how to structure deals like what I teach at Mr. No Fluff at my profit sharing coaching that we meet once a week, guys. So if you're interested, go to mrnofluff.com. about how to join us for weekly meetings. I'm gonna wait for this train to leave. Now, guys, what's going to be king, in my opinion, is real estate investors that invest for cash flow, and that's what I've been doing since 2006, fourth quarter, 2007, 2008, 2009, etc. Because I like I didn't want to go slaughter, my investment. I like to keep that golden egg goose laying me eggs. But here's what's very exciting right now. Okay, the 2006 crash, when I got into real estate and I started taking over people's payments and creating owner financing and subject twos and other creative ideas, interest rates were like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? Really high. And I was able to still get cash flow from these deals. But why do I say cash flow is king in 2019 and beyond? Well, ladies and gentlemen, interest rates on these loans that these retail homeowners, first time homeowners, or whatever, multiple level homeowners they took on has almost 0% interest rate. Okay, which means it's going to make cash flow like crazy, not like 2006, 2007, because interest rates were like 6, 7, 8, 9. I took payments up 9, 10%, right? But now interest rates are like an all-time low in the history of America, which was going to make massive cash flow. And that's why I have a I'm gonna do a free seminar if you guys are interested. How my blue map for retiring in 4 years in this crash. So if you guys are interested, leave a comment, and I'll do a free webinar, and you guys can get in to say I'm interested, and we'll go from there. But in this great time, cash flow is going to be king for investors. They're not doing fix and flips or wholesaling, and they're just buying the property and they're holding on to it and they're just renting it out because um, the Fed, the game is inflation, which means the price of goods and services are going to continue going up and up. Homes or rents are constantly going up and up. I brought to you guys um, previously, like, one bedroom apartment around where I live 15 years ago was 600. Today is 12, 1300, which has doubled. Okay, incomes haven't doubled, but inflation has doubled. Okay, in 10, 15 years. So the name of the game is inflation, and which means that the rental property is going to go up, even though the interest rates are ultra low. Which means it's going to create already by itself. If inflation stops right here, I'm still very, very happy because every house that I'm going to get will have superior, at least 100 times more positive cash flow than the 2006. 1x. Why? Because then it was 6, 7, 8, 9% interest rate, and today is ultra zero, almost 0% interest rate. So if inflation didn't even kick in, I will be doubling my cash flow, which means I wouldn't even need as many properties, whatever my financial goals are, whatever your financial goals be, whatever it is, you wouldn't need that much more inventory. Right, you would need less inventory because these suckers are going to cash flow, but inflation is going to go up, which is going to make it a double whammy. So interesting time. It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to be in America or any of the free countries like Great Britain, Germany, Austria, Canada. It's a great uh, time to be alive. I mean, think about it, guys. Cryptocurrencies are changing the world. Um, you know, the Internet of Things, the Internet of Things, cryptocurrency called IOTA. They're coming out with a new technology that can be totally revolutionary. Um, and that could be the next Bitcoin because what IOTA is not backed like all the other cryptocurrencies out there, like Neo, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, EOS. They're all based on an idea called blockchain. Where IOTA, they don't have a blockchain. They have something called Tango, and what IOTA is trying to do is to be the Internet of Things, where your computer where your refrigerator talks to everything, your house talks to this, your car talks to this, everything talks to each other, and it's going to be an ecosystem. So I'm very excited about that because their new protocol can be even more revolutionary than Bitcoin because they're trying to solve some complex ideas. I'm not a programmer or a coder or anything like that, even though I've been in IT since 1999. Uh, but I wanted to share that with you because we're living in some amazing times for, you know, getting rich, right? For example, you had Facebook, then you had those two twins that they did a movie about where the guy from Facebook, which is the CEO now, kind of like screwed these two guys over. But see how karma worked? These two guys are now back strong because they got into Bitcoin when it was like $1. Okay. Now they have their own exchange. Now they have invested in many different cryptocurrencies. And the point of the story is twofold. Fold number one is there's a karma out there. So those guys should have been the Facebook billionaires, but they weren't because of this guy. But somehow now they're going to maybe even get ahead of this dude from Facebook that's the CEO now. Because the idea that they're doing is so much more powerful than just Facebook. Okay. And here's the thing, even Facebook is now trying to copy these guys by creating their own uh, coin. We don't know what it's going to be called, but people are speculating that it's going to be called the global coin. Okay, it's not something that I would put my money in, right? Because I would rather prefer to have Bitcoin versus Facebook coin, because I don't want to. Facebook manipulates us and uses us. You know, for example, 5 years ago, when I got on Facebook for the very first time, when I would post, so many people would see my stuff. Now they don't see that stuff because of Facebook algorithm, and they don't want you to have the reach, and they want you to spend more and more and more and more and more and more and more money in marketing. Okay, while they're selling my data to every other provider and making thousands and millions, who knows how much they're making from it. Okay, um, and I don't want that. While there's cryptocurrencies right now that'll allow me to protect myself in a sense and sell my data if I choose to and get paid for it, right? Uh, One great example is Steam. Like, guys, if you're not on Steam, go ahead and on Steam, check me out, follow me. If you post there, you're rewarded with cryptocurrencies native to Steam, right? And so it's kind of like a Facebook deal. But instead of you posting for free and Google blocking your algorithm, not getting so much reach, and they're using your data, making hundreds and thousands of dollars selling your information, with Steam, you're the one that gets monetized with it from your own sweat equity for your own post, which is pretty cool. Like, I'm posting already, so why don't I just post on this one? I'm gonna get X many dollars for my post versus on Facebook. I don't get anything. I gotta work so hard to get views, where on Steam the views are already there, and I'm getting paid for my post. So this is the power and the revolution of the era we live in. It's one of the greatest times to make money. I think that anyone that spends any time in learning cryptocurrency, because it's in the infancy stage, that you're going to be have ultra success no matter what business you create around cryptocurrencies, um, without a doubt, because it's the new internet. And as you can see, as the internet matures, there's more activities to be done on it, from like Amazon to Uber and so on and so on and so on and so on. Like, not having someone come into your house and give you an estimate because they could do it right online, or to having a cloud base like Dropbox, which is very cool, and so on and so on and so on and so on, guys. So it's just the beginning, and we got long ways to go. In my opinion, it's not financial advice, and I think that Bitcoin is going to be very high. It's going to be the protocol, and even though there might be revolutionary things coming up, I don't see, like, some of the basic internet protocols changing, like pop-up 3 or STMP or HTTP. I don't see them changing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there are better stuff out there, but they're still sticking with the old stuff because it's stable and it's secure and etc. So I'm very excited to be in this time. Guys, go ahead and click the like button. Let me know if you guys own any cryptocurrencies, okay? And if you do, why did you start buying them? And if you don't, why didn't you buy them? Because I'm curious to read about it, and I read all these post. So if you got cryptos, why don't you have them? And if you do, why do you have them? And what are the ones that you hold? Okay, um, guys. One other thing before I forget, this Saturday, um, our meeting live right from your computer. If you like to learn how to fix and flip houses, if you like to learn how to wholesale, you like to buy houses, owner financing, like subject twos, lease options, um, sandwiches. If you like to do anything where you don't have to go to the bank, then profit sharing is where it's at, guys. Where I help you find deals in your backyard, okay, by allowing you to use my tools that have been proven. And once you get these deals and you get your check, that's when I'm going to get my check. Okay, my majority of my check because the money's in real estate. This is just my opinion. Um, and I think in this tsunami of real estate foreclosures about to happen. There's going to be great opportunity. This is not financial advice. I'm just giving you my opinion. But if your opinion is the same as my opinion, if you think the market is going to crash, if you think that there's going to be a lot of opportunities, then you may want to come join us this Saturday, right, from 10 to 11 Central Time, right from your computer. You don't have to drive nowhere. There's absolutely no sales pitch. I put my life on that and my kids' life. I don't sell you on anything in there. My only mission is to get us deals. Okay, deals that I can buy, or deals that you can buy, or deals that we can sell to other people, and for us to make money. Okay, and once that happens, that's when I'm going to get rewarded because that's when you get rewarded, guys. Okay, it's called profit sharing. It's revolutionary. No one is out there is doing it. I created it to my imagination, and it's so different than anything out there. And why am I offering this for just $20 per meeting? Because I know my stuff works, I know my tools work, and if you're willing to put it to action, or if you're hungry to put it into action, then you and I are going to make profits, which is going to then motivate you, motivate me, and more importantly, it's going to motivate the community for them to go out there and be their dreams. Because we live in one of the best countries ever, America, and a lot of these free countries. If you're willing to put the work in, you can be your dreams. Now, the work doesn't mean you got to constantly consume and consume. So you got to work more. But that's up to you. But if you want to do deals, profit sharing every Saturday, 10 to 11, right from your computer. We show you how to find the customers. We show you how to filter them out because if you don't filter out the customers, you're going to be wasting your time. Because what we do is we're the pawn shop of real estate. We're not the real estate agent, we're not that. We're the pawn shop of real estate. And so we buy houses at a deep discount or owner financing, and that's it. And so I show you how to filter them. I show you how to find them, how to filter them, how to give offers, how to do the follow ups, how to do the negotiation, how to go to closing. All you have to do is put the footwork in. What is the footwork? Sweat equity. What is sweat equity? That means you're the one that has to do the digging. Okay? The digging. Because through the digging, right, is where you're going to learn. If you don't dig, you're never going to learn. And that's what the problem is with many people. They don't want to dig. They just want to make paychecks. And so what you need is like a magic pill. So you're going to continue searching for a magic pill, right? But if you're willing to do the digging, then I'll allow you to shadow me, allow you to use my tools that actually work, all right? And me and you're gonna split paychecks. When you get your money, I get my money. Guys, click the like button. Let me know if you guys have any cryptocurrencies, and if you do, why did you buy it? And if you don't, why didn't you buy it? I'm very curious to read everyone's